Hello students, so welcome to this online course of Strength of Materials. In the previous lecture we have discussed a problem, and up till now in this chapter we have discussed the principal stresses, the planes on which they are acting, the maximum shear stress and the plane of maximum shear stress. Today we are going to solve one more problem to develop more clarity of the principal stresses and the planes. So the question states state of stress at a point in a material is as shown. So you can see the diagram. We have to determine principal stresses, maximum shear stress, plane of maximum shear stress, and the resultant stress on the plane of maximum shear stress. Before beginning to the problem, one point I want to make, like the on principal planes the shear stress is 0. That is the case we have found by putting the value of theta p in the equation of shear stress, and we found that on principal planes shear stress is 0, and the definition of principal stress is defined like that only. But it is not at all necessary condition that on the plane of maximum shear stress there will be not a normal stresses. Okay, so on the plane of maximum shear normal stresses can be there, and in most of the cases we will see they will exist, but on principal planes shear stress will not exist. So this thing you have to be clear. Let us solve. So in the given problem we can check what are the given equations. So sigma x is compressive, so this is sigma x will be minus 50. Okay, so this thing you have to be clear. Tau xy is in the same direction as we have derived the equations. Tau y is also tensile, so they will be positive. So let us see what are the given parameters. Sigma x minus, that is compressive, minus compressive 50 megapascal, sigma y 100 megapascal, tau xy is 75 megapascal. So first part is we have to determine the principal stresses. So it is very simple. In the equation of sigma p1 and sigma p2 we have to just put the value of sigma x as minus 50, sigma y as 100, and you will get the values something like this. This is 131.07 megapascal, and this is coming out to be minus 8107. That means the compressive, this sigma p2 is compressive in nature. Okay, so this was the first part. Now we have to determine the maximum shear stress. Magnitude of maximum shear stress is given by this equation. So this equation is tau max is over under root square root of sigma x minus sigma y by 2 whole square plus tau xy whole square. So here you can put the values as given in the question. So sigma x is minus 50, sigma y is 100, so it will become minus 100 simply. So it will become also 75, this is also 75, so this is 75 root 2, which is 106.07 megapascal. So this is the magnitude of maximum shear stress. Now we want to find the plane of maximum shear stress. So the plane of maximum shear stress, the angle is given by tan 2 theta s is equal to negative of minus sigma x minus sigma y by 2 tau xy. All the values are given here, so you can put it here, and finally we can get that minus 150 by 150, and 1 minus is here, so it will become plus, and it is 1. So tan 2 theta s is 1. That means tan 2 theta s is equal to tan 45, and theta s will become 22.5. Okay, so this is the angle of maximum shear stress. This is the plane on which maximum shear stress will occur. Now we have to calculate the resultant stresses on this plane. Okay, on this plane we have to find out like what is the value of resultant stress on which the maximum shear stress is occurring. So we have calculated this value. For normal stress, what we can do, we are having the transformation equation for normal stress, that is sigma n is sigma x plus sigma y by 2 plus sigma x minus sigma y by 2 cos 2 theta s plus tau xy sin 2 theta s. So this is the equation we already have. What we have to do, we have to put the value of theta s here, and we will get, finally this is coming out to be 25 megapascal. Okay, so this was all for this value. Now, so resultant stress is what? So this was our given condition. So here somewhere tau max is there, so this is tau max and this is sigma n. So resultant will be sigma n. This is given by under root, this is resultant square is equal to tau square plus sigma n square. So resultant will be root square sigma n square plus tau max square. So these two values we are having. Finally you will get the resultant stress is coming out to be 108.97 megapascal. So this is the magnitude, that numerical part. So whatever the values we have been asked, we have calculated it. Now let us try to understand how these planes are oriented and what are the values on those planes. Okay, so this was the given equation to us. So this was, let us not go into the magnitude. So these values you can get from the given condition. So what I wanted to point out, so this was your reference axis. Okay, so this is the y-axis and this is your x-axis. So sigma axis coming out to be 22.5 degree. Okay, so this is our sigma x, this is at an angle of 25. So this is our principal stress. First we are checking the principal stresses. So principal stresses, if you will calculate tan 2 theta p, this is 2 tau xy divided by sigma x minus sigma y. So this will be 2 into 75 divided by minus 50 minus 100. So this is minus 1 and minus 1, that means it is coming out to be negative. Negative means in the clockwise direction we have to move. Okay, so that is why we have checked, like we have drawn this diagram in clockwise direction. So this is clear that principal stresses will be, the principal plane is in clockwise direction because theta p came out to be minus 22.5. So this negative means we have to move in the clockwise direction. So on this plane the maximum shear principal stress is 131.07 and this is compressive in nature. And if we are showing the direction, there is no need to put the sign of negative. If we are putting the arrow as tensile, then we have to use the negative sign. And the shear stress is the theta s came out to be plus 22.5. okay, this means it will be in anti-clockwise direction. This angle is 22.5 and on this plane sigma is came out to be 25 and maximum shear stress is 106.07. So in this way you have to plot in the examination. Okay, you have to show this diagrams also finally if you are putting the result. If it is shown, if it is asked in the question that show the orientation of like principal planes or the plane of maximum shear, so you have to draw something like this. Clear? Now let us move to our next topic, which is state of pure shear. So as the name is suggesting, pure shear means only shear is present. Okay, so when the body is acted upon by only shear stresses, then it is said to be in a state of pure shear. There is no normal stress acting on the body, only shear stresses are acting. So this is a subset of like whatever we have studied. If we are putting sigma x and sigma y is 0, so all the cases will become the state of pure shear. So just for if it is mentioned in the exam, like in the exam, if something is related to pure shear came, you should be able to write the something related to this. So that is why I am taking, else there is no need to study it separately, because if you are putting sigma x and sigma y 0, then all the cases which we have studied till now will become the case of pure shear. So transformation equation for shear, normal shear is this one, and for shear is this one. So sigma x and sigma y is 0, so first two term will become 0 here, and only tau xy is given as tau. so tau sine 2 theta, and here this term will become 0, so this is minus tau cos 2 theta. Okay, at any angle theta from vertical, these are shown. Now let us try to calculate the principal stresses. So principal stress equation is this. What we have to do, we have to put all the sigma x and sigma y term as 0. So sigma p1 is maximum shear stress plus tau means it is a tensile, and minimum principal stress is minus tau, that it is compressive. So magnitude is same, okay, but the sign will be opposite to each other. Now let us check the angle. So angle equation we are having tan 2 theta p is 2 tau xy by sigma x minus sigma y. So sigma y and sigma x and sigma y is 0. So something upon 0 is infinity. Tan 90 is infinity. So 2 theta p is 90 degree, and theta p will come out to be 45 degree. So in the case of pure shear, your principal plane will be at 45 degree. Okay, this is 45 degree. Now what is the value of maximum shear stress? Maximum shear stress again is nothing but plus minus tau x. So maximum shear stress magnitude will be tau, okay, and angle will be 0 degree. So this itself, this plane itself is your 0 degree, means what? From this plane 0 degree is this plane only, and second plane is 90 degree to this plane. So this given condition itself is the case of maximum shear stress. Okay, let us try to understand the orientation of these values. So this is given to us. So at 45 degree, this is your positive, that means normal shear, principal plane. Principal stress is tau, and second one is at the 90 degree from here, and it is compressive in nature. So no need to write minus, as we have shown the direction like this. And from this was at 45 degree, and this is at 90 degree. Okay, either take the 0 degree or take the 90 degree. So both will be the condition for maximum shear stress. So I am not solving any problem related to this topic, because it is like just whatever we have done, we have to put the values of sigma x and sigma y, whatever given in the question you have to do. So in this question, if this type of question is coming, sigma x you have to put 0, sigma y you have to put 0, tau whatever is given in the question, just put the value and you will get all the conditions what we have discussed now. Okay, just the orientation part I try to make you understand. So this is all for today. We will meet in the next lecture. Thank you.